Hi everybody, we are back today with day 19. Floating Pockets is our prompt for Mass Make March 2023, hosted by Cindy at Studio Lou. Be sure and check her out. I had to check her out this morning because I wasn't 100% sure what Floating Pockets is. But now I know. Basically, it's a pocket that you would, this is how I think of it, a pocket that you could tuck into a journal, not that you have to glue down. So it has images on both sides. I'll get my words right in a minute. So my initial plan, I'm going to go ahead and go with my initial plan, and then I will probably make some more kind of like Cindy did. My initial thought was, I have a bunch of these. It's the fly page or the first page of a book that I've dismantled, but it has the library card pocket on it. So I wanted to maintain this pocket, this library card pocket, and I wanted to I just had a thought, so I wanted to maintain the library card look and pocket, and I have a little bin of library cards, so I just thought these are library cards. Let's see, I've got several different types. I've got like the card that goes in there, or I've got like the card library cards. So we'll certainly can play around with those. First we'll work on pockets and then we'll play around with the cards. But anyways, I wanted to preserve, some of them are not on, some of them are just the little card. They're sticky on the back where I ripped them out of the page. But I want to play around with those little bits. So that's kind of where we are. Let's see if this guy comes off. It doesn't look like he does. So I think get my thought process together here. I think what I'll do with these guys is put an image on the back and then decorate the front, leaving my pocket and all that like it looks. Just hold these up to the light here to see if that is going to work. I think it will. Where's my glue stick? Being at my desk now, I am more apt to clean up my mess and put up things where they belong. Versus when I was working on my kitchen counter, it was just all there. None of it belonged there, so it just kind of all stayed there. But here, I have a place for everything and everything for its place. And so, when I'm done creating, I clean up my mess. I have this book of, I think it's from the Memphis College of Art. It's full of art that students have done, images, and some of them are so different. I'm not going to say weird because, they are weird, but they are so different, and I just love them. So I thought I would probably try to use some of those. So I've got a couple of those today. So let's get rid of these guys. Little scrappy doos. And we preserved most of the image. Trimmed its wings a little bit, but that's okay. I'm the world's worst at cutting straight, so let's cut you straight like we're supposed to. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. It doesn't look straight to me. Let's see here. It's not. That's okay. We're going to go with it. We are going to go with it. Trim up my little background page a little bit. Around the corner. And so since the back of us has this image, I pulled out this little guy. Thought we could play around with him. I initially thought I would collage on the back and all that, but I think I'll leave it like that because excuse me, because it says public library and all that. The Lehman Library is a local library we have here. That's what you're seeing here is WMF Lehman Library. So that's one of our local libraries. Been around forever. Now I know that his wings flap up into the pocket. I'm okay with that. I actually think I'm okay with his wings being off of the card as well. And I think it would be cute to, not going to do it today, but, excuse me, goodness. If we picked out a card and decorated it as well, I think that would be cute. So, but today we're working on pockets. We're not working on pockets and cards, right? So we're playing with pockets. This guy, I thought about putting him on the back of, I've got some vintage, this is a little handwriting book. I tore the cover off. And my thought process was to do this and then decorate a little bit on the front with this, but it's very flimsy. So I thought about adding this. This is a piece of cardboard, hard cardboard. And then this guy, and then decorating. That was my plan. That's my plan. We'll see how well it works. I'm compelled to use glue on this thick cardboard, but essentially I'm just gluing this really thin vintage paper to it, so I don't want a lot of wrinkles in my paper. So we'll try it with the glue stick. I'm learning to trust the glue stick. I think I said in my last video I was gluing down some acetate, which is still stuck, by the way. I'm always inclined to use my weld bond when it's anything other than paper, which is not a bad idea. It's just it's not always necessary. Glue sticks work on things like that, and which surprises me because here I am talking about how well this glue stick works and then it pops up. It surprises me because I tend to think of glue sticks as elementary type glue sticks. Not necessarily some heavy-duty stuff that we work with. I'm not using my glue book, and that's shameful. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera around. I'm functioning with my phone plugged in because I zonked last night and did not plug my phone in. So the battery is low, and I do my videos with my phone. So the battery's low, and I knew it wouldn't get through a video with you guys, so I had to rig it up to where I could keep my phone plugged in. I'm in the thought process. So the other day I was working with handwriting, and this is a correlated handwriting, so I feel like I want some handwriting. I've moved everything around, so I've got to re-figure out where all my stuff is. But I think I want some handwriting to collage with. Ta-da! Ask and you shall receive. Dance of the Sea Dragons. That looks fun. Okay. Boy, this is some fragile paper, but we're going to work with it. We are going to work with it. I'm going to cover up the Santa Fe University of Art and Design, which I probably shouldn't do that. Let's see how. Oh, we're not too bad. Now these guys will probably flake off. I'm actually going to try to tuck them down in there, in that pocket, because they're so fragile. Like I said, they're going to start flaking off. And then this was the back side of this. I like the torn look on it. Gotta do some baby tears so I can catch all of my writing. And I think we'll put him there. Or I could put him up here. Nah. There. What do you think? How about we glue him and then we'll figure out where he wants to stick. That sometimes helps me make decisions. Or I could put it there to cover up that, yeah, to cover up that title. Sometimes it helps to make decisions, put glue on it, and then once it's down, it's down. So, you know, you play around with an image and you're like, there, and you can't decide, but if you put glue on it and stick it down, then it's down. So, it is decision made. Decision has been made. So the next one is this guy. I'm going to try to maintain some of the black trim around it, and I thought it would be cool to use a little Tim Holtz guy with it. So let me trim down my image enough to where I don't accidentally glue into some white stuff. because we want this image. Again, this is from that art book. See, such pretty images. I probably am going to regret not using this guy, but, you know, that's the downfall of having images on both sides of something. You never can decide what's the best route to go. Oh, we got a fly page in here. Okay. We'll keep that. We will keep the fly page. So I love seeing the little Tim Holtz people. Everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say Tim Holtz people. The black and white, vintage looking Tim Holtz people. I see them all the time being used, and I see them in the stores, and that was always like a splurge to me. It's like, oh, because the package comes with so many of them, and it's like, man, would I ever use all those people? I never felt like I would use them all. But most recently, I was gifted a box of goodies from my new friend Diane. She's over at Diane Irby Arts, Crinkle in Time. She's the one that sent me the paper samples from the mint green grunge journal that I have. Excuse me. She sent me that paper pack, but she also, because she's so super sweet, sent me a box full of goodies that she wasn't going to use, and in it was these Tim Holtz guys. I was so excited. Oh, that's kind of cute. So now, I haven't used them yet, but I've been, I've sat and looked at all of them, and, oh, she's got books in her hands. Oh, goodness. Decisions. Although she really doesn't go with the backside. Oh, I love you, little girl. I'm going to set you aside, and we're going to use you for another one. The backside image is kind of like a city. It's got a chef here. I don't know if you can really see it. I don't know that there's any kind of a chef or butcher or anything like that in these guys, because they're all very dressed very nicely. Kind of like him. So I'm excited to use these. There's a little dog. He is cute. Excited to use these little guys. Goodness, decisions. That's probably going to be the problem. When I have too many of something, it takes me a minute to decide. I really like that. It takes me too much to decide. But I'm so super excited to have these pieces. When I opened up her box of goodies, there's so much stuff in there. So much random stuff. And these little Tim Holtz people were in there, and I just kind of had a little squeal of delight because I love them so much. I think they're great. But I would not splurge on them myself because I wasn't sure I would ever really use them, as many as there are. But to be gifted them is a nice little treat. I think I'm going to go with him. And do we use... I think I'm going to use this. So let's see here. He basically just needs glue on his bottom half. Oh, that little girl is so cute with her little book. And let's see if we covered him. We glued him. I don't think we glued him too. Great. See, that's going to be so cute. And now, let's start with trimming him. I'm going to try to cut straight on him because this pocket's not on this page straight, so it's going to be kind of hard to line up. You know, according to the pocket. I actually kind of like this tape on the edge, but I think we're going to have to move on without him. I don't like this bright white New World bright barcode. Yeah, that's prettier. Definitely. Definitely. And this, because I think it's so cool, is going to go in the little scrap box. So, we are going to have to trim him a little bit because I might chop off his feet. But that's okay. He still looks pretty handsome. Pretty handsome. Okay, now I'm compelled to find one for this little girl to sit on because she's too super cute. I do have one little pocket here. Although, I didn't plan for her, so I don't have nothing to put on her back. Let's see here. We have some of this. Yep, we can do that. Okay, we're just going to go with it. Make it happen. Make it happen, Shell. A little unexpected. She's just too cute. She's got books in her hands. I mean, how cute is that? How appropriate is that for a library card? I think it's quite appropriate. We're going to go up to the top here. This is not very thick. But that's okay. We may trim it down some to help give it a little bit of integrity. We'll see what becomes of it. I don't do a lot of vintage stuff, but maybe I will start doing, because I like this. I like this look, and the other day when I made those collage boards out of the handwriting, I just really like it. I'm going to glue her down completely, front and back, head and toe, and it's just going to be a tiny pocket, and I think that that will be okay. So we'll have to, whatever we create to put in this pocket won't be a full, this won't be a full pocket. It'll just be a tiny pocket. But that's okay because it's super cute, right? I think I'm going to kind of leave it alone for now. Like I said, it's kind of thin up here. But that's okay. It's okay to have thin stuff tucked in her. Goodness, that's cute. So I do love the little Tim Holtz guys. Again, I loved them before. And so to be able to play with them just was like perfect. I have one more of these kind. And I have this cool image from the art magazine. And I loved it because it's the deer has books. Again, how appropriate. So I want to make sure I get the deer's head. I don't necessarily want the arrow in his head, but I'll hold him up to the light and see where. Maybe if I trim him down some. Yep, that's what I'll do. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do on the front of this. But the back will have, I have some kind of corresponding, I may just do a little, cover the front with that color, and then I know somewhere around here I've got book stuff. I'm almost certain of it. But then again, I may not have to do too much with it. I actually could probably leave it like it is. Because it has the library name on it, and perfect. Let's see here. Did we cut off his arrow? Perfect. Okay. We're getting somewhere. There's a couple of books. Maybe I can fussy cut this little green book. To decorate with. Who knows? We'll see. And I'm gonna reach around here, hopefully not bump you too much. Get a smaller scrap of this guy. some word snippets. I have these little, I wonder if we could spell out read. I thought I was prepared for today, but I kind of got sidetracked. E. By the Tim Holtz guys. Let me find an A. Oh, I saw one. Read. Okay. Covering up the library name, but that's okay. I don't know that I like that little thing there. I don't think these are stickers. The age-old question. I don't think they are, though. I think they are Tim Holtz letters, possibly. No, I don't think they're stickers. If they are, they're too hard to deal with. Again, I think they are Tim Holtz letters, though. I don't know, I've had them for a while. Just get them down, then we'll clean up my glue. It's kind of wonky. That's okay. We're going with it. Put our little book in snippets. It may have a home later on. So I think we're going to call this done. Again, my plan initially was to do using these library card pockets. And then I watched Cindy's where she made her pockets with like book images and scrapbook paper and all that. So I thought, oh, I could do that. I've got a calendar here that my mom gave me and some of her cleaning out, and it's full of rooster images. So I started playing around with making pockets out of the roosters, but I don't know that I need 12 rooster pockets. So I kind of put a hiatus on that for a minute. But I was fully prepared to do pockets in that form. But I did want to play around with the library card pockets. So I'm glad I did, because I like them. So we have floating pockets for day 19, Mass Make March 2023. Hopefully you guys are following along, and if you are creating with this challenge, that you're hashtagging Mass Make March 2023, so I can see what you're doing, so I can find you and see what you're doing. And so yeah, today was floating pockets. I learned something new, like exactly what are floating pockets. So we came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm okay with that. Again, these are kind of complex, more so than just folding my calendar. So we got the read, and on the back has the deer image with books in his antlers. Then we have the butterfly with this interesting image on the back. We used our little girl holding the books. I think she's too cute. We got a little pocket there. On the back is just some vintage writing scrapbook paper. We got this dapper man. On the back is a city scene. And then we got this guy made from the handwriting book. Got some handwriting on it. Look how pretty that is. So we got that pocket going on. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with those. Interesting stuff. So tomorrow is tuck spots. I know what tuck spots are, but I haven't got a clue as to what I'm going to do for tomorrow's video. I have some painting paper that I think in my very first video I said I want to use these up, and I don't know that I used some of them for journal cards, but other than that I don't really know that I've used any of them. They are a hard cardstock type paper that will work great for tuck spots, so for little pockets, side pockets and things like that. So I will likely probably try to use up those. That's my initial plan, but who knows, I may come up with something else. So anyways, that's a wrap for today for day 19, Floating Pockets, Mass Make March 2023, hosted by Cindy at Studio Lou. Thanks for joining.